muted. I'm doing this on Instagram Live. Hello to those of you on Instagram as well that have joined me there. So I'm trying to wave to you all as you come in. And it's about 8:10, so thank you all for joining me. Just a little bit of a trial thing for me, I guess, just trying something a little bit different. I say a little bit different. I often do meditation practices in a yoga class. Doesn't tend to be as long as this. So how it's going to work is I'm going to take you initially through a mindful meditation practice. So mindfulness is a form of meditation. It's essentially about paying attention to the now, paying attention to what's happening now. Really tuning into the body and connecting to how you're feeling, what's happening in the mind. And then I'll look to maybe take you on a little journey, a visualization practice. And then I'll indicate to you that I'm taking you into silence. And then we'll stay in silence for a period of time. And then to end the practice, I'll just ring my singing bowl, which lots of you are familiar with. I'm not going to chat when I end the session. I'm just going to make it clear that it's ending. I won't unmute you all, and I'll just end the video. It's so that it's coming towards the latter part of the evening. We're not all wanting to get all excited. It's that settling down, preparing ourselves for bed. Okay, so thank you for joining me. Make sure you've got a comfortable sitting position. You can sit on the floor, you can sit with your back against a wall, you can sit on a chair, however you wish to do so. And if any of you haven't met me before, I think most of you have, I'm Emma. Rest your hands wherever's comfortable for you to rest them, in your lap, rest them on your thighs. And take a moment to just find that upright spine so that you've got just a little tone to the belly. You're not collapsing into that lower back. Your shoulders are relaxed down away from your ears. Chin maybe slightly tucked in, and then closing your eyes if you're happy to do so. So that invitation to close your eyes is completely your choice. If that's something you're not comfortable to do, then by all means keep your eyes open. So just making sure that you are sitting and not lying. We want to avoid lying because that could send you off to sleep. And we're not quite ready to go to bed just yet. Some of you may be keen to jump into bed after this, but not right now. So just take a few moments to check how you're sitting. And what are you sitting on? Finding that connection between the base of what you're sitting on, your sitting bones, and the chair, a block, a bolster, the floor. Just checking that you feel nice and stable with whatever you're sitting on. And then bring your awareness to your external world. Perhaps you notice some noises in the distance, in the background, in other rooms, or maybe outside the building that you're in. Don't necessarily look to analyse those sounds. Just being aware of what's maybe occurring, and then allowing those sounds to float on by. Perhaps noticing the temperature of the air around you. Being aware of your body in the room that you are in. And if you find that distractions start to come in and take over, that's perfectly normal. Once you realise your mind has wandered, just escort your mind back to my voice. Bring your awareness perhaps now to your feet. And it will really depend on how you're sitting as to how your feet are connecting with the earth, with the floor. So it could be that you've got your feet flat on the floor. If you've got your legs crossed and you're sitting on the floor, you'll just have the sides of your feet resting on the floor. Just be aware of the meeting points between your feet and the floor. Just noticing how your toes are feeling. Do they feel scrunched up? Do they feel soft and relaxed? Maybe checking in with all 10 toes. Just checking that there's not a tendency to lift the toes up, tighten through the toes. Just encourage a softness at your toes. Coming to the skin on the soles of your feet. Just having an awareness there. Are there any sensations? How are the tops of your feet feeling? Again, this will depend on how you're sitting. If you're sitting on a chair with the feet flat on the floor, they should feel nice and comfortable. But if you're sitting cross-legged, you might feel a stretch running along the tops of your feet. Coming to the ankles, how are your ankles feeling? Now coming higher up the legs now. To the right and left leg, how are your calves feeling? What about the front of your lower legs, your shin bones? Again, is there any tightness there, any discomfort? Are you noticing any sensations? And if you're noticing nothing, that's fine. Just recognising that, all's good. Travelling on up to the knees. Again, what are the knees feeling like today? Is there a stretch happening at the knees? Do they feel quite comfortable? Any aching or tightness? And then moving on up to the thighs. Just relaxing the thighs, back of the thighs, front of the thighs. Just allowing those muscles to soften around that thigh bone. Now moving on up to the pelvis. You've got that large structure within the centre of our body. Helps to support a lot of those internal organs and reproductive organs. You've got the sacrum, which is often recognised as being quite a sacred bone, protecting those organs that reside within the pelvis. How does that feel around there? How do your thigh bones feel as if they're sitting into your pelvis? Perhaps you notice there's a slight activation in the abdomen. You want to have a slight activation there because otherwise you'll struggle to sit upright. Just be aware that you're not over-recruiting at those abdominal muscles. Coming to the lower back, how's your lower back feeling today? You should feel as if there's a slight lift at your lower back. We want to avoid collapsing into that lower back. By finding a softness there and ease there so that it's not rigid. It feels comfortable. Moving on up to the ribs. Back ribs, front ribs. Again, that rib structure is there to protect our internal organs, the heart, the lungs. You might notice those ribs expanding as you inhale. And as you exhale, there's a slight contraction. Perhaps you can feel and sense the vibration of the heart as you inhale and exhale. You may even be able to tune in to the subtle sensations of that blood moving around the body. One big vibration, vibrating through the whole body. Noticing how the upper back is feeling, the front of your upper chest, the sternum. Encouraging again a softness through this area. How are the shoulders feeling today? Often we feel tightness and tension here. Just having that awareness of focus within that area and perhaps diverting the breath to this area can help to increase the blood flow, to increase the energy to this area. And that all helps with healing. Coming now to the neck and the throat. How does that feel there? You may get the urge to just slightly move the head. You can give that a go if you want to without disturbing yourself too much. Staying connected, paying attention to how your body's feeling. Listening to my voice if the attention has wandered. Coming now to the jaw and the chin. How does that jaw feel? Are you clenching at the jaw? Perhaps you'd like to just release the jaw. Maybe separate the lips, top lip from bottom lip. Maybe release the tongue from the roof of the mouth if it's stuck there. Find an ease, a gentleness through this lower structure of our skull, the face. Bring an awareness to the nostrils. How does the breath feel as it filters in and out through the nostrils? What's the temperature of the air as you inhale and exhale? Maybe you're struggling to inhale and exhale out through the nostrils. Just having an awareness and how it feels for you today. And let those muscles around the cheeks become soft. Let the muscles of the eyes become a little bit heavier. Soften the skin on your forehead. The crown of the head reaching upwards towards the sky. And just bringing your awareness, your attention to your breath. Once again, tuning into that beating of the heart, that vibration. Feeling the energy moving around the body. perhaps there's a part of your body that's taking your attention. It's calling for a little bit more assistance. It's feeling a little bit delicate and fragile, and you might like to divert your attention to that area. Maybe look to breathe in and out through that area. Or maybe you'd like to just bring your awareness to the torso and have awareness of the breath as it moves into the abdomen, into the ribs and into your chest. That expansion as you breathe in and that retraction as you breathe out. There doesn't have to be a force behind that inhale and exhale. It can be quite easy, gentle. Is your breath making any sound? So I'm going to leave you now for a few minutes, just in complete silence. Don't worry, I've not disappeared. I'll ring my bowl to indicate the end of the meditation. So why meditate? I was reading a research article that did a study, and it was thousands of people they studied, and they split the group into two, one cohort doing no meditation, the other cohort practicing a meditation every day for 8 weeks. And they found that that cohort that had practiced meditation every day for 8 weeks, that their lining around their brain had become thicker, which is remarkable. When they've done CT scans on the brain, they see areas of the body or areas of the brain activating that you're not usually activated in our everyday lives. It's extremely powerful. I personally get a lot out of meditation, really great for stilling the mind. Okay, thank you all for joining me. We're going to finish there. Have a lovely rest of the evening, and I'll see you when I see you next time. I'm back here next Wednesday. Take care.